Gallagher from the Canadian Press. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in New Delhi this morning that the U.S. wants to see Canada moving its investigation forward on Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and that India needs to help make it happen. Has there been any progress, and if not, should the U.S. be taking a sterner tone with India on Canada's behalf?
From the very beginning, when we learned of credible allegations that agents of the Indian government were involved in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil, we reached out to India to ask them to work with us on getting to the bottom of this matter. We also reached out to our friends and allies like the United States and others to work on this really serious violation of international law and of sovereignty of a democracy. This is something that we are taking very, very seriously. We will continue to work with all partners as law enforcement and investigative agencies continue to do their work. Canada is a country that will always stand up for the rule of law, because if might starts to make right again, if bigger countries can violate international law without consequences, then the whole world gets more dangerous for everyone.
And as a follow-up, India's High Commission in Canada says that its High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma was invited by Liberal MP Chandra Arya to attend an event on Parliament Hill. Do you think that invitation was appropriate, given you say his government is not cooperating in the investigation into the death of Nijjar and is undermining the safety of our diplomats?
We have been very, very clear that we want to work constructively with India on this very serious matter. From the very beginning, we shared the real allegations that we are deeply, deeply concerned about, but we have reached out to the Indian government and to partners around the world to get to the bottom of this, to take it seriously. That's why we were so disappointed when India violated the Vienna Convention and arbitrarily revoked the diplomatic immunity of over 40 Canadian diplomats in India. Think about it from our perspective. We have serious reasons to believe that agents of the government of India could have been involved in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil, and India's response is to kick out a whole bunch of Canadian diplomats by violating their rights under the Vienna Convention. That is of concern to countries around the world, because if a given country can just decide that their diplomats of another country are no longer protected, that makes international relations more dangerous and more serious. But every step of the way, we have tried to work constructively and positively with India, and we will continue to. And that means continuing to work with Indian government diplomats. This is not a fight we want to be having right now, but we will unequivocally always stand up for the rule of law, because that's who Canada is.